Legacypreneurs out there. This is Cynthia Gallardo, your leading legacy lawyer, and I am so excited to be here with you regarding a very special guest that I have. Yes, this guest is so special to me because we're working on many positive things together, and I want to make sure that you, as legacypreneurs, know exactly who Miss Quiana Seaborn is. So I'm proud to present Quiana Seaborn, owner and founder of Qisma Digital, the Collab House, and Qisma Photography. So Quiana, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Legacypreneurs Podcast. I'm so excited to have you today. Would you be able to share with us a little bit about yourself so people get to know you, legacypreneurs out there get to know you?
Absolutely. Hi, Cynthia. It's a pleasure to be here. Definitely been looking forward to this for a long time. Love what you're doing with the podcast. I'm Quiana Seaborn. I live in Raleigh, North Carolina from Atlanta, Georgia. I am the founder and CEO of Qisma Digital Collab House, and I am also the founder and operator of Qisma Photography. Yep. A little bit more about me. I'm a boss mama. I'm a mama of four, and I love just creative work. So that's why Qisma Digital and Qisma Photography coincide together. Qisma Photography is more of a creative editorial photography, very general. I try not to stay in a box with that. So everything from weddings to quinceañeras to just you wanting to take a simple editorial session or even a branding session, Qisma Photography does it all. Qisma Digital is my collab house. Basically, we assist new and existing business owners from idea to launch. We have everything from brand protection, digital marketing, photography, brand design, and also digital marketing SEO. So I hope I said all of that in one, but yes, so both of the businesses coincide together and stem from branding and photography.
Fantastic, Quiana. Well, I will tell you, I know I've been on the receiving end of your amazing creativity, so I can definitely attest that you are a fantastic creator in the sense of just the way you put things together is amazing. So thank you for always giving your best to whoever you work with. I appreciate that, and I speak from a personal perspective as well. And also, I know with the Collab House, you'll talk a little bit more when we talk about legacy, but because that's part of the legacy you're building, and I'm so excited and privilege that I'm part of that collab house, that collaboration when it comes to a legal perspective. So I know you have a great team already established and set up, which we'll be more interested to hear about as we go through here. Okay. You can definitely work it into our discussion. So the first step I always talk about, because this show is about legacy, right? I'm your leading legacy lawyer. So we talk about legacy and how it really incorporates, a lot of people just think it's material assets, but there's so much more to that. It's about the impact you're making on those around you, your friends, your family, and the community. I'd like to get your perspective on how you personally would define legacy. Would you be able to share that with us, please?
Absolutely. Yes. That is a common thing that people think about legacy is just the assets, the money we leave behind for our kids and things like that. Yes, that's all great. And yes, I am, trying to build a great legacy for my 4 children so I can, hand them down my creative pursuits. But the biggest thing about legacy is my character, people remembering who I am, people remembering my willingness and wanting to help people create, who I am as a person is just a self-promoter. A lot of people speak so much about what they offer or what they do, but not a lot about themselves, and my biggest message is just helping people, really identify and express who they are to people. So then in return, people can get to know you and be genuine and they're wanting to support you. And then you have an actual support behind you. So the legacy that I want to leave is just, my passion and desire to help people see who they are.
That's fantastic, Kiana. And I'm so glad you brought that up because it's so important for people to really from the core know who they are, right? And legacy is just that. It's so much more than just the assets, or it's more about the knowledge and the character you bring to it. And you mentioned something so important about trusting, right? So we know that people will not work with those they don't know, like, and trust. We talked about that from the very beginning when we met, right? And which I'm so grateful we did meet and make that connection. And we started to work together and we started to know, like, and trust each other. And now we want to offer that as a collaboration to others out there. So that's the whole point of legacy, is making sure that others within that group, within that imprint you're making, know, like, and trust you, and you can help basically be that catalyst for others to do the same. So that's fantastic. I appreciate you bringing those key pieces up for us. Now, I do want to ask you this too, because we know legacy is all about the past, the present, and the future. So we want to know more about Quiana. What is the past that has led you up to this particular point? So would you be willing to share with us a little bit more about that past that has made this legacy or created what we are today?
Absolutely. I'm a person, to explain my past in short, that started many things and kind of never finished them. A lot of people have that issue where we start a project and we never finish it. But, my story ended up being a little different. I'm a person that started off as sketching as a kid, drawing everyone's faces, then I won contests painting. So art has always been a part of me, from a young person. Not only that, expression, writing, and then as I grew, I kind of stopped a certain thing, but I picked up creativity and art and other things, then it turned into graphic design, then it turned into, me making logos, me making flyers for people, then from there, it, my creativity went into sales. How can I be more creative with closing deals and being the top salesperson? So, growing up, I've always kind of beat myself up because I thought that I was a quitter, that I've always start and stop things my whole life and never really accomplished things. But then once I built Qisma Digital and Qisma Photography, they're a combination of everything that I started, So it shows a piece of me is like my life has always went left and right. And sometimes we beat ourselves up about going left and right, but sometimes we're supposed to explore many different things and figure out what we want. And then, so that's basically, my past, of all the left turns, the right turns, not knowing where I was gonna, end up and grow to. And then now finally watching all of those seeds that were planted from when I was a little girl drawing in that sketchbook to when I was designing people's logos and not knowing that I'll be helping people brand, then picking up a camera, pouring my art into photography, and now, just using every fundamental thing that I started and finishing that with people.
Wow.
So that's the beginning of me.
Yeah, I love the way you express that, Quiana. So first of all, congratulations. I'm so proud of you where you've been and where you are now, right? That is fantastic. And the way you explained it and expressed it is amazing because it ties into one of my favorite words, which is the word synergy. The whole is greater than the individual part. So all through your journey or what you've experienced, you've brought those pieces together, those skill set, those experiences. You've combined that synergy to create what you have now. I love the way you did that and the way you explained it. So we can just see the positive impact of synergy here, right? And I know before you and I
love that. I didn't
oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. It's a favorite word of mine. I learned it when I was in graduate school reading The 7 Habits of Highly Successful People by Stephen Covey, and I use it in everything that I do. So one of the other things, Ken, I wanted to highlight that you mentioned is just basically focusing on all those skill set and experiences. So now that we know where you are now or what has led you up to this point, can you share with us what you're doing now? Like, what is Collab House exactly? What is this Qisma photography we're hearing? What is Quiana Seaborn about? So please share with us.
Got you. So basically my whole brand lies under Qisma. I created Qisma. It means fate. It's Arabic. Basically, it's just the mother of everything. Qisma photography is all of my creativity poured into whoever I meet. No matter what their occasion is, I want to be creative with. Qisma Digital is my baby.
Okay.
Qisma Digital was a very stressful concept to put together. Now, I told you previously that I'm a combination of many different skills. So putting that into one was overwhelming because at first I tried to do it all myself. Then I came up with the idea, maybe I'm not meant to do that, So how can I combine all of these skills that I love that everyone needs? In my previous job that I worked for, the trademark company, where I've learned and fell in love with intellectual property, that's actually where I met you. And that's when I got into brand protection, really learned the fundamentals of protecting your brand, trademarking your brand. Then I learned how unfair the system is and how much everyone spends so much money from all these companies out here. And a lot of them don't really care. They start becoming a sort per price company. You're just trying to find the best company to file your work. And then they can't guarantee you that it will even be approved. So people spend so much money into their branding, their marketing, and then just for a trademark not to be approved, then I just seen so much dollars being thrown away. And then I wanted to help so many. Like they would come to me and say, I don't know where to go for a logo. I don't know here. Then when I would look at their work, I was just like, well, you're describing your business. It looks nothing. I don't feel that energy in your website, in this or that. Then Qisma Digital was born. I was like, all of my skills that I've learned go together. They're all different pivotal points on an entrepreneurial's journey. So throughout my time working at the trademark company, I've actually met amazing people. I met you, who was, the specialist of intellectual property. Then I met other clients as well, other people who kind of filled the gap for all the roles that I wanted to put in there. Then I was just like, you know what? People's problems are that they're telling their brand message to like 5 or 6 different people and hoping that those people who are doing their logo, doing their website, understand and care about their business like they do, and they don't. So with Qisma Digital, they can express it one time to one house. And my team, my dream team, my elite team of professionals, all business owners, all who have already went on their own personal journeys and now are ready to expand their platforms together, we all collaborate together to help everyone win. So when our customers win, we win. So yes, Qisma Digital is a powerhouse filled of powerful collaborations, to where in one house we collab for everyone to win.
Exactly. And thank you so much. I love the way you explain that. And I am truly privileged to be a part of that collaboration because, as you mentioned, I am your intellectual property expert, and trademarking is what I'm so passionate about, along with copywriting. So all those things, and that's what we have in connection. We're servant leaders. We do it for the right reason. We want to help people. The bottom line goal is to protect and preserve what I say, people's legacy, what you say, protection of their brand, right? So we're speaking the same language as we work through this, and that's why we're collaborating on this. And it goes back to that word synergy again, right? It's the whole is greater than the individual parts. Quiana, you're great, power of one. I'm great, power of one, but bring all of us together. Oh my goodness, that's where the collab house comes into play. So I'm super, super excited about that. And the other thing that I loved you mentioned about that with the collab house is that people only have to state their vision one time. And from there, you run with it. That's the catalyst that gets your spark going, and you get the things done for them based on this great professional team that you have established, which I'm proud to be a part of, right? When it comes to the intellectual property piece, and you have other experts that can work with the entrepreneurs out there as well. And I always say legacy. Go ahead, Quiana.
Sorry. And one last key part of all of this is this: the biggest help that we are offering to our clients that we just need to say is this: funding.
Yeah.
A lot of people people are CVOs of their company, chief visionary officers. It is hard to create while you're surviving, while you're paying bills, while you're trying to fund all the ideas that you have with your company. So we are very happy to announce that we do offer funding for people who need to do this. So yes, when they do come to us with their idea and they come to you for you to protect that idea, they're going to be like, okay, how can we pay for everything? How can we pay for the brand photography, the intellectual property, all these things? The best part about Qisma Digital is that we offer multiple channels of funding.
That's fantastic. And I personally know the individual you're speaking of to assist with that. So, and I can tell you, he is amazing. So shout out to my friend, David Zuniga out there. Hey, David. So I know you have so many just great collaborations here, and I'm so excited to be part of that synergy that you're creating here, Quiana. And you and I go back, way back, and we always talk about mindset, right? How mindset is critical and key to making positive things happen. So we're looking for individuals, legacypreneurs out there with that right mindset to really just move forward, jump forward, and be the best that they can be. And you have the tools here available to you, a whole team established to be able to assist with that. So Quiana, thank you for all these things you've shared with us thus far, the past, the present, right? I could actually, when you're talking about the past, I could visualize you there sitting as a little girl, drawing those people, the faces and everything. And now as an adult, you in front of your computer, a graphic designer out there, all these things you're creating. It's just amazing to see that progress for you. And then now in the present, with the collab house, with this Qisma Digital being that baby you work with, and of course Qisma photography right under there. I mean, it's amazing what you've built up to this point, Quiana. So once again, I can't express how proud I am, and just the kudos to you regarding that. So now let's move on to the third piece here, which is the future, right? Because legacy is all about past, present, future. So what are your goals for the future? How do you see Collab House in the future, Qisma Digital really excelling as you move forward? What's your vision for that?
Awesome. Well, my vision with the Collab House is to basically, really transform brands. Right now, what we are doing as a collective project is, auditing businesses for people. A lot of people who did not put themselves first, who did not really go all in on their business. Because, in the beginning, when that idea is hot, you're dreaming so big, but then when you're hit with all these prices, sometimes we go for mediocre options. Sometimes we simplify things just to fit a budget or a cost. I want those businesses. We want those. We want to help the businesses that are thinking about failing, rechange their mind, find them, a new avenue, reconnect with their audience. That's my goal. My goal is to transform. By the end of this year, our goal is to get to at least 100 businesses, and just transform, rebrand, really show them that we care and that we're willing to give them quality work so they can dream again, visualize again, and let us take the reins to help steer their business to scale and expand and win.
That's fantastic. I love the vision, the way you set that out. And once again, I go back to the Stephen Covey book that I really love, The 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. And they talk about begin with the end in mind. And that's exactly what you're doing. You're beginning with the end in mind. You already have established a specific number of businesses you want to help transform, and you have the plan in place to do that. And as I mentioned before, and we've spoken here, I'm the intellectual property expert when it comes to that, right? So I like what you said, where sometimes people think as a small business, and I use small loosely, right? It's just based on what the number of employees are within a company, but there's nothing small about a business, because I know all the blood, sweat, tears that goes into developing a business as an entrepreneur, or what I like to coin as a legacypreneur, right? Building your legacy as an entrepreneur. So the reason I state that, Quiana, is because a lot of times people do feel like they're drowning, right? Like their business is in a boat. It's a boat, and they're just getting all these holes in this boat. The water's leaking. They don't know where where it's going. How do they survive? How do they save themselves? Well, one of the ways from an intellectual property, I speak from my own expertise, is that you have to know what holes to fill so you don't sink, right? A lot of times people think, well, I'm protected. I have my brand protected because I've submitted one application to the USPTO.gov office, right? We know that's not the case, Quiana, with your expertise, my expertise. So we can go out there and really find those holes, fill them quickly so that this business, this boat does not sink. So we're basically lifesavers out there, right? For these businesses, we're able to help them. Yeah, we're able to help them achieve those goals. Me as the intellectual expert, when it comes to your leading legacy lawyer, I can help from an intellectual property perspective. You have a whole team of individuals that can help from other perspectives, right? So it's just amazing, Quiana, with this collab house, what can be accomplished. So I encourage anyone out there, any business owners, any legacypreneurs, any entrepreneurs out there, if you feel like your boat is sinking, definitely reach out to Quiana, and she'll be able to give you all her ways to contact her. You'll also get a transcript regarding our discussion today that will have all her contact information as well, because you definitely want to reach out to Quiana to be able to keep that boat from sinking, right? Keep your business from sinking. The solutions are there, and Quiana can go through those specifically with you. So Quiana, thank you so much for all these things you shared with us. I always like to make sure that anybody listening in with the Legacypreneur podcast can take away a minimum of 3 gems. I know there's so many more that you brought up, but at least 3 gems that they can take away and implement immediately. Could you share at least 3 things that listeners can take away from today's discussion?
Absolutely. It's okay to go left and right. It's okay to go left. It's okay to go right. You may not know where you are, being steered to, but just go, because at least you can say you went. And that's what I'm very grateful that I did. The second one is people do care. People care. Sometimes we lose faith in companies and help out there because we think that people are always trying to take our money, just make a sale and be done with things. No, people care. People still care about you winning. I care. Qisma Digital cares. The third gem that I want to leave with you is that there's a purpose. If something happens and it doesn't work out, there's a purpose in that. So just know that you are on the right track, even if it doesn't make sense right now. There's a purpose in it.
That's awesome. I love those. And I love how I just could picture that zigzag, right? It's okay to zigzag. It's not necessarily a straight line as long as you're moving. And I like the way you put it too about don't think about, I wish, oh, I could have. I did. That's the key point. I did. You took action. So I really encourage people to take that away. It's okay to zigzag, like you mentioned. And I'm so glad you brought that up about caring, because so many people, there's so many scams, so much fraud out there. But I personally know that you as Quiana, first of all, as a person, care about what you're doing, about people and being successful, helping others be successful. And then Qisma Digital, well, obviously it has that foundation as well. And that's why we connected, because we both care. I care, you care, we care, right? That's what it comes down to. We care about those individuals that we work with. So I can personally say, I know Qisma Digital cares about the individuals or the businesses, the entities that you work with. So thank you for that. And then the third thing, obviously, just don't give up, right? Keep going. You have to keep going, because we all come across obstacles, challenges. There's nobody out there who can say, I don't have any difficulties, because we all do. So just keep going. Surround yourself with the right people to help you make sure you continue. Sometimes I've had to push you. Sometimes you've pushed me, but we're always there to help each other, right? Continue that next step, keep moving forward. And that's what Collab House is about, making sure the right people are in the right place at the right time to help you at this particular moment. So I'm glad we've talked today. I'm so excited. You shared so many positive things, just in general about business, but also with Collab House specifically. And of course, Qisma Digital and Qisma Photography being a part of that. So thank you for all you do. everything you bring to the entrepreneurship table here. Quiana, I love your energy. You're always that. You are the CVO, right, of Qisma Digital. You're that chief visionary officer of Qisma Digital, of what it's bringing to the table for other individuals to be able to utilize to help build their business and move it forward. So before we close out, I just want to ask you any last words you want to share with the legacypreneurs out there that are listening in today?
Absolutely. If you listen to this whole interview, I am offering everyone viewer on this 50% off of our brand refresh packages. So yes, you just have to, our website will be launching on Sunday. On July 1st. So if you type in Cynthia Gallardo under the promo, the show that you listen to her podcast, for the whole month of July, we are offering 50% off of our brand refresh packages.
I love that. Yay, 50% off. Who doesn't love a great reduction, right? Because the value is there regardless, right? But you're getting 50% off of that. Amazing. So definitely please type in Cynthia Gallardo when you go to Collab House and you get your brand refresh. I love that because we all need to be refreshed a bit at certain times, right? You refresh your clothes, your wardrobe, your house. Why wouldn't you do it for your business? You definitely want to do those things. So a brand refresh is definitely what you want to do. So once again, I'm so excited to be here with Qisma Digital. Of course, the founder and visionary being Quiana Seaborn. I appreciate you being here today and all the energy you brought to today's discussion. Quiana, thank you so, so much. And I am Cynthia Gallardo, your leading legacy lawyer, signing off of the Legacypreneur Podcast. Thank you so much for joining today. Enjoy the day and continue to build and branch out with your legacy. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye, Legacypreneurs. Have a great day.